Join us on the CEO's Laundry and discover the hidden reality of today's top CEOs. Each episode is an inspiring coaching session where a CEO gains insight and clarity to overcome personal, business, or leadership challenges. Learn to reflect and grow with the behind the scenes of these successful leaders. Hi, Marcos. How are you feeling right now?
Hello, Kevin. I'm very good. I'm feeling excited.
Okay. What made you being here today?
I guess it's diving deep into Pangea and myself as the CEO, and as an opportunity to I think know myself better, challenge some of my assumptions.
All right. What would you love to create out of this conversation?
Um, so if the purpose of the conversation is to discuss our Pangea, um, I think it's a good opportunity to discuss uh, our goals of the year, our plans, and the challenges that I'm currently facing. And I think it would be great to have even more clarity on how to achieve the things that I would like to create this year.
Okay. What else come to mind about the benefit of this conversation?
I really like this idea of the future self, and if I'm here right now and Pangea is here right now, then to get to the next level of where we're going to be next, I also need to transform myself to be the different leader that leads that next stage of growth. So the future self that is taking Pangea there and allowing me to do the things I want to do needs to go through some changes.
Okay. All right. So what would you love to create with PANGEA this year? It seems that you
Yeah,
have clear goal. You know where you want to be.
yeah. So we have recently finished our fourth Kickstarter campaign, which is of our sunglasses. So we are now setting up a workshop here in Bali to turn trash from a mangrove forest that we cleaned in the Philippines, combined with ocean-bound coastal plastic from Indonesia, from Bali or Java. So we're gonna basically turn that trash into these high-quality sunglasses. So I want to start producing them in April and delivering them by the end of the month of April, and continue to fulfill all the orders by May. So and then I would like to launch 2 new campaigns during the year and continue to turn more of ocean waste and the waste that is sitting down in the planet into high quality products to export them around the world. So another thing that I really want to do this year is promote the sunglasses. So after they are ready, I'm planning to go to Europe in the second half of the year and promote them and try to also expand them through wholesale. So the two main things that I want to do this year is, well, three main things is producing the sunglasses, delivering them, and then also creating a good sales and marketing team that can scale our products profitably on our store, including the sunglasses and the other products that we launched in the past. And then also, as I mentioned, expand the sales through B2B and distributors and etc. So specifically, what I would like to achieve this year is $1 million of annual sales at a 10% net profit margin. So another goal that I have with Pangea is to break even and become profitable, because we haven't been profitable after operations for the last couple of years. But now that we found this product that has very good market fit, very good margins because we're producing it ourselves, and a very big market to scale it.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned $1 million in annual sales.
Yes.
How far is it from where you are right now? What's the percentage?
Yeah. So right now we are at about 17%.
Okay. So do you consider that an incremental growth, exponential growth? How do you define that?
Yeah, I think it's both incremental. I think it's incremental because we plan to launch 2 new campaigns. And at the same time, we plan to scale those 2 sales channels that I mentioned.
So what's the challenge for you as Marcos in that?
Yeah, I need to take the right decisions. I need to make sure that each decision, or not each one, but most of them, are leading our team towards that direction. Especially something that I've been having several challenges in the last 2 years is finding the right people that can get those results.
How are you creating this? If we imagine that you take 100 responsibility and ownership for not finding the right people, what's your secret sauce?
First of all, inexperience, because I never had to hire. I never had experience hiring for the D2C business before, and this is my first D2C business. Second thing is, I think we're following the wrong process. We're doing things a bit messy, to be honest. So now, in this new year as well, I'm shifting towards better planning, slower results, but the right results. And that's something that we're changing now since this year, taking more time to carefully think what's the right profile. First of all, what's the right job description, right? What are the right necessities and requirements and duties that we need for that role? Second, defining the right profile, who is the right person that can execute that. And third, following the search, the recruiting process that can get us some of those profiles.
Okay. What's your vision?
Yeah, so my vision is to turn ocean waste and trash that is sitting down in the planet into a resource that would allow us to create high quality products from Bali and export them globally around the world. So what I really want to do, Kevin, is replace products that are being sold massively, but that are harmful for the environment, with other products that are regenerative, that are helping the planet.
Okay. So it means that ultimately what you would like is to not go through this recycling process because there is no harmful product that needs to be recycled, and the initial product that is being created is from good material.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get to that point in which there's no more ocean waste to collect and recycle, and no more trash in the mangrove forests, and no more trash in the rivers and anywhere, then that would be fantastic.
Okay. Can I highlight two things from
Sure.
what you say? The first thing is when we talk about vision, there are visual elements. The foundation for vision is visual element. So when you talk about vision, eyes should be closed. And so eyes closed, you talk, I see.
Interesting.
And so one good point from what you mentioned is that your vision is visual. There are some visions that can be pretty clear for people, but turn that into a narrative and a flow of imagination, that's another story. That's an asset for you that
Awesome.
you can use and leverage. The second point is that in what you say, there is a lack of magnetism, which means that it can be bolder. Let's take for what I'm saying right now, an example that you know that I know. Elon Musk and SpaceX. This is one of the most imaginable vision ever. The plan, ultimate plan, is to colonize other planets.
Yeah.
You close your eyes, You imagine humans on Mars. You imagine humans in spaceship. Very easy. You close your eyes, in a few seconds, you can picture that easily.
Yeah.
At the same time, this is so bold that there is a strong magnetism in that. It will attract some people instantly, and it will repulse other people instantly. You have the people who are all in for this, and you have the people who will fight this because they believe it's completely useless. There's no point in doing that. It's harmful for the environment. And you have the people who say like, this is such a beautiful step for the evolution of mankind. There can be so many opportunities out of this. It can save the human species from an asteroid, an event that can happen anytime and destroy life. So you can see that the magnetism has a strong pull and a strong push from two sides. And so from what you said, there are many companies who do that. Many companies recycle. Many companies, and luckily nowadays, would take trash and pollution and transform it. When you tell me, but Kevin, ideally, what I really would like is to not have this anymore. There is no more pollution. There is no more plastic. Companies don't use plastic anymore. Here, I saw your face that was different. And in that, there is more magnetism in the vision. It's stronger, it's bolder, it's another story. So there is another challenge. It's a higher challenge. And so in that, you can attract people who want this world, which means that it's different to have people who want to recycle and to have people who are willing to devote their life to end plastic pollution, for example. And here you create a difference. Here, PANGEA stands out.
Yeah, maybe the vision statement could be to end plastic pollution. To end, plastic pollution in the oceans and in the planet. That's a very good statement.
A plastic-free world.
Yeah. Yeah, something that I was speaking last year in our round of investment last year, I was saying that my goal was that my daughter can one day swim in a plastic-free ocean.
That's what drives you.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, and something that I've been thinking about lately is, do we only focus on ocean pollution, or do we focus on trash on the planet? Basically to clean the planet, clean the world.
Okay. See, we move from recycling trash and plastic to a plastic-free world to a trash-free world.
Right. Yeah.
And what you're doing today is aligned with all vision. Because ultimately, we have trash today, a trash-free world. Well, it needs two things. First, we clean what already exists, and we do something with what is going to be produced. So what you're doing right now and the plan you mentioned for the year is aligned with the three visions. Now, I would like to do something with you, an imaginary exercise for a couple of minutes with you. How old are you right now?
30.
30, okay. So, and we're going to connect your future self. You were talking about your future self. Can you close your eyes for a couple of minutes?
Sure.
You're 30 right now. Imagine that you stay exactly the same right now. And imagine yourself in 30 years. And you're 60 years old. For the past 30 years, you've devoted your life to recycled trash and plastic, which is a beautiful cause. Imagine where you're at, the people you're surrounded with, your shape, your energy, your mind, what you've created in your life for the past 30 years, who you've become. And now shift your energy. We're in a parallel world. You're 60 and you've devoted your life towards a plastic-free world. It's been 30 years of devotion. You've been bolder, wider. What are you surrounded with? What have you created for 30 years? You can see your shape, feel your mind, the energy that you have, who you've become. And now another parallel world. You're 60 and you've devoted your life to a trash-free planet. Step bolder, step wider, step more challenging. What are you surrounded with? Surrounded by? What have you created for the past 30 years? What's the kind of people in your team? What are you proud of? What are you seen and being recognized for? What are the inner and outer challenges you had to overcome to become this Marcos 30 years later, who devoted more than half of his life to a trash-free planet with his entire energy? And whenever you're ready, you can come back. There are some vision that activate what I like to call a spiritual boner. When your energy is instantly shifted and uplifted. It's like that. Hell yeah. What's on your mind right now?
My mind is quite clear. I like the vision, and I imagined creating different patents, working with scientists to find different ways of turning trash from the planet, from the ocean, into new compounds and new materials. And then, yeah, so I really want to get into science. I'm not sure this year we'll have the resources. Probably next year makes more sense once we raise more funds to create what I want to call the PANGEA Innovation Lab and get a team of scientists to develop these technologies. That's also where we are going. I'm going to regulate my anxiety to try to get there immediately, because it's impossible to get there immediately. Just be calm and go step by step. Yeah, that's why I really like this idea of the 30-year vision. I think I never thought 30 years from now. I had like a 10-year plan, but I never thought 30 years, like a 30-year plan. And yeah, the cool thing of thinking 30 years ahead is that the potential is way bigger, right? Because there's much more time to do things. So there's also less rush. And when there's less rush, I think there's also a higher chance of success.
Thank you for sharing that. If you feel less rush or no rush, it feels like less obligation, less like pressure. So it increases the sense of freedom. And in that, the paradox is that you're more prepped for quantum leaps. Because what you carry within you is light. So in slowing down, you increase the odds of high-speed result.
What do you mean by a quantum leap?
Drastically increasing the speed of result and the speed of performance.
True, and that can happen, yeah, when we are very connected, and
yeah,
it can happen by just finding the right person, for example, right? And it can also happen in ways that we cannot plan and we cannot predict.
Yes.
And I agree, and that can only happen if we are open for the unexpected instead of trying to control everything. And 100% when we slow down, we can connect to that source. So, yes. But it's a thin balance, because at the same time, if we move too slow, we lose market share, we lose opportunity, we lose, the timing, the time window of, the market gap only lasts a period of time, and then whoever takes that first basically captures the market, captures opportunity. So it's that balance between not moving too fast and not moving too slow. And understanding that we also need to make sales in order to generate revenue to be able to pay salaries and stay afloat.
And you already have made a decision to go there. Like, you have a goal for this year that's clear. There is a pathway. Not everything is clear on the pathway, yet what you described me at the beginning of the conversation is a pathway.
Right.
Your goal for this year is to create $1 million in annual sale to reach the profitable pivot point. You have a pathway. Not everything is clear on the pathway, but the pathway is here. Yet, like, what we explored is shifting the energy that you're going to put in that. With that 30 years ID will create different results.
Yeah.
And that point in 30 years that you envision starts right now. It's about the energy that you choose to embody right now.
Yeah.
And that this energy itself will create different results in both what you do, so what comes from you, and what comes to you.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, being open to the unexpected. And it's that energy that will make you meet more and more unexpected things that can come to you at a speed that is way higher than anything you can imagine.
100%. Yeah, and I have this strong intuition that by going to Europe and pitching the sunglasses, there's a high chance I'm going to meet someone who's really going to resonate and who has the network that can distribute them and push them. And I also feel a strong magnetism now to go to Burning Man this year. And I think also there I can connect and network with people who I think for some reason I have this pull, right? This idea, this intuitive perception that doing that and going there and just expressing the truth, expressing myself, I feel like I will connect with someone who is going to maybe provide that quantum leap or provide the right connections. It might or might not happen, but I think it's worth exploring it and finding out.
Yeah,
just trying.
Exactly. It's trusting yourself.
Yeah, and worst case, if it doesn't happen, at least you can have great fun.
I believe Burning Man is not a waste of time anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
So what are you leaving that conversation with? You were looking for clarity. Where have you gained clarity?
Yeah, I gained clarity in the vision. I really like this vision, or I'm not sure if it's the vision or the mission statement, to create a plastic-free world. Do you think that's the vision or the mission?
It's both. It's both a vision and a mission. And as you said, it's a statement. And you can go way deeper in that vision. Like right now, it's a statement. It's appealing. It's catchy. It's magnetic. So it works. Now, what do you put in that is another step, another work into describing that, into getting into the detail of that, and letting your heart speak in that process.
100%. Yeah, and that's something else that I'm also really intending for this year, which is reconnecting with the heart and reconnecting to the soul purpose, and focusing again on creating something great, something beautiful that everyone can enjoy. And that also goes back to slowing down, right? Which is taking the right time to do the right thing. So doing less things, but doing the right things with the right amount of time and the right people. But yeah, so gain clarity in that mission statement, gain clarity on the path to get there. And I reinforced the yeah, the reason of this trip that I'm planning for the second half of the year to Europe and USA, going to Burning Man. Yeah, making that happen. And then the longer term path, yeah, being able to really make a positive impact on the planet. And where it's not only mine, but it's from everyone else who chose to purchase our products, right? For me,
Mhm.
Pangea is an instrument. It's an instrument for people to make the world a better place.
And you're already doing this.
Yeah, it's really happening. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We really have 4,000 customers, deliver more than 45,000 products in 100 countries around the world. So it is happening. It is happening.
Yeah. Thank you, Marcos. Any last words or comments or question?
No, thank you so much for your time and your pure intentions to help me. And I see you have this great mission of helping others and allowing them and to achieve their goals, which is very beautiful.
That's what I'm here for, I believe, on this planet. So I live
Amazing.
my purpose 100%.
Great.
Thank you very much. I wish you a great day, and thank you for having had the courage to show up for this today.
Thank you so much.